Hey everyone, it's Reese here. Today is June 13th, 2013, and I'm one day past my 5-month mark on testosterone. I meant to make some more videos before this point, but unfortunately life decided to throw me some curveballs and I haven't had the time. So I'm just going to do a nice little recap for you to show you what's changed and what hasn't. Um, Obviously the most noticeable change for me, I don't know if you can hear it in the video, but it's definitely my voice. It's lowered quite a lot in the last few months. Um, and besides that, definitely hair growth. Um, I was really worried when I started this that I would lose the hair on my head, and it hasn't really gone anywhere. I've shaved it, but if anything, I actually notice it looks a bit thicker, so it's definitely, I think, genetics. Look at your mother's side from what I hear. Your uncles on that side will give you a good idea. One thing I have noticed, though, is that my hairline has definitely started to recede a little bit, but it's not to the point where it bothers me. And I've been working on getting my sideburns, which is kind of cool. As for the rest of my body, a lot of hair. Expect that to happen. My leg hair is exploded. I've got the treasure trail. About 2 months ago, it started really growing on my face. You can't really see it in this. I shaved about 4 days ago, and I already need to shave again because it's all fuzz, and I can't walk around with a fuzzy face. But yeah, I expect it to be everywhere. It's starting on my back. Everywhere else, you're probably going to be hairy if the rest of your family is. In terms of my facial, I think I see some differences. I had my roommate not see me for a week and then suddenly see me and go, "Oh my God, you look like a guy." So from what I hear, it's my jaw. Apparently, my jaw is going to a more masculine point, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I think that's it for that. And I'm also starting to lose some of the baby fat because I definitely had the round face. I'm just a warning to everybody who had a baby face before transitioning. You're gonna be mistaken for a teenage boy. I've been stopped on a Greyhound twice because they thought I was underage and running away from home. Definitely forget going into bars or buying alcohol without ID. I've been offered student tickets on things. I've been given kids menus. My most recent girlfriend has a 10-year-old son, and I was asked twice if I was her son, even though I'm 25 and there's only 2 years apart. So I don't think I look 10, but just be warned. Don't expect to age with the hormones. Another obvious thing is acne. My acne is definitely coming back, especially with the shaving. I'm getting it all on my neck here, which sucks, but as you go, you kind of realize that it's not that big of a deal. The things that mattered to me when I started don't really affect me, like with the hair and the acne. I'm getting it more on my shoulders and a little bit on my chest here. Right now, what I'm trying is oxypads with just some cream. I'm hoping that'll work, but again, every time I shave, it irritates it more. Just be sure to use a clean razor and go with the grain instead of against, otherwise you'll end up with ingrown hairs and it'll just make it worse. Another thing that I'm noticing is that my hands are getting a lot more bonier. Like all those tendons and the veins that are popping never used to do that. And I have very small hands, so the fact that they're masculinating is kind of awesome. I think that's it. Oh, muscles. I'm definitely getting more muscle. I wasn't very muscular to begin with, but I'm definitely getting more muscles in my arms without trying, because I'm not actually going to the gym right now. And in my shoulders and my chest, I'm definitely feeling it more. Yeah, I just find in general I'm passing a lot more. I haven't really noticed any guy smell like people say that you get. Yeah, maybe a little bit muskier, I think guys get, but I haven't really noticed the change. My energy is kind of touch and go. Definitely in the days just after my shot, because I do my shots weekly, it's a little bit more high energy, but I work nights, so it's hard to be a good judge of whether or not it's making me more tired or more energized. Yeah, but psychological and mood-wise, I've definitely noticed some changes. I know one of the biggest worries for people is reading about all those reviews where people say that you're going to be getting aggressive or that you're going to turn into a jerk. It's either going to go one way, you're either going to get angry or you're going to get calm. That was definitely a big worry for me. But I've kind of noticed that they both affected me. So when I started it, I was extremely calm, and in my everyday, I'm like that quiet, calm guy. So I don't really have too much of an issue. But in terms of anger, it definitely intensifies it. I was never really an angry person to begin with, but when I do get angry, it doesn't last more than like 5 minutes. And it's still that way, but when I feel the surge of anger, it's a lot more than what it used to be. So just be warned. It costed me something really important to me, some trust with someone that I really cared about a couple days ago because I lashed out. So just be warned. I mean, yes, the hormones affect you. Yes, we all have human moments, but we choose whether or not we're going to be jerks to someone. So just be aware if you're getting angry and you feel it coming on, just take a minute to walk away and calm yourself down, because it's not worth being an asshole to people that you care about. But in terms of it making you an aggressive, women-hating, like, jackass, I don't buy it. There's, I mean, like I said, there's definitely more intense feelings, but you kind of choose how you react to it. So if you find the right outlets, go to the gym, do whatever you need to do, and just find the right outlets and make sure it's not someone else or someone that you care about, or anyone for that matter. But yeah, just find the right outlet for it, and you'll be fine. I've definitely noticed my confidence is starting to go more up. I care less about what people think of me, but I'm definitely still the quiet one among my friends. One thing that I wanted to mention too was in one of my previous videos, I did a needle example, or like a shot, for you to see how it's done. And one of the things that I said in it was to just suck it up and do it. Well, it turns out that I actually have a pretty bad needle phobia, and it actually got worse as time went. So in the last maybe month and a half, 3 of my shots have had to be done by someone else. And the first one I almost passed out. So if you have needle phobia, it's okay. There's certain things that I do to try and overcome it, because I am very stubborn and I kind of refuse to go to a doctor, but looking at a couple YouTube videos kind of helped me. So I went and looked at that, and what really helped for me was just taking deep breaths, saying, you know what, I have anxiety. A lot of people have anxiety. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people have phobias. It doesn't mean that you don't want it bad enough. So, I mean, if at the absolute worst that you can't do it, just get someone else to do it. If you don't have a friend to do it, there's plenty of clinics. Don't torture yourself like I do, because I'm just a stubborn ass, and I don't know, I have some weird psyche thing about manning up and just doing it, because if I don't, then it's not important enough, and that's just not true. So I'm very happy with the results, and I don't think it's worth it to beat yourself up. There's nothing that you control that. I mean, you can control the factors of whether or not you're maybe not making it worse, but, you know, just deep breathing and calming yourself and admitting that, you know, it's not that fun. For me, I started doing slow shots and then progressed into quick ones because I heard they were less painful, but the sudden shot into my leg was making me more anxious because I'd have to, like, count down to it, and it was a lot harder to do. So I'm back to doing slow ones, which kind of suck because now I have the anxiety, which is making my hand shake, and it hurts more. So find what works for you. I'm sure that I will find what works for me, or I have 2 roommates that have no problem throwing a needle into my leg, apparently. So yeah, just take a shot at a time. Yeah. One other change that I need to mention, even though I'm still kind of discovering it for myself, is sexuality. I lived for 7 years as a lesbian. Even though the term didn't feel right to me, definitely just female interest, like I'm only interested in females. And I've noticed since starting the hormones that that's kind of shifting. I've only dated women, and I probably will only date women for a while, but I'm definitely noticing that my sexuality is becoming a lot more fluid. So guys are interesting to me now. And that goes for trans guys and trans women and all that. So I'm identifying as pansexual. Personally, I think there's too many labels. So yeah, just be aware that I don't know if it's just because the hormones are making me more comfortable with myself that I'm willing to maybe look at things that I wouldn't look at before, but it's apparently pretty common. So, I mean, if you kind of find yourself looking at the opposite sex, or the same sex if you were straight before, that's a bit offensive. You know what I mean. Yeah, just don't freak out about it. Just kind of, I don't want to say accept it, but, you know, it's pretty common, and you like what you like, and there's nothing wrong with loving or liking or being attracted to someone, no matter what gender they are. It's not going to hurt anybody. So I'm still exploring this one because it's pretty new to me, but I will get back to you on that. I think that's everything. If you have any more questions, or any questions, nobody's asked me any questions yet, just let me know. So I will try and do another video soon to let you know how things are going, maybe at the 6-month mark, and have a good one.